So I thought we would do a little unboxing. I got this at Ross. This is probably the fourth set of Caruso type rollers that I have. You're better off just going ahead and buying a new set rather than buying extra rollers, which is nice that you can do with this. I got this set for like $17 or something, $16. So if you watch Ross or somewhere like that, and I've bought them on Amazon before, and really for the amount of rollers that you get, you might as well just buy a whole new set rather than getting the rollers separately, because I've bought extra rollers and they were not right. There's a certain kind of sponge that these are made with. Let me show you from another one. It's like super soft. It's very soft and pliant, I guess you'd say, right? So I had gotten a set of extra rollers from Amazon, and they had foam that was like the old foam rollers that you get that are pink with the little plastic clips attached and stuff, and those just leave giant creases in your hair. And they do have a little nostalgic value. That's what my mom rolled my hair with for Sunday school back in the day while I was watching roller derby on TV. So on Saturday afternoon, and then you'd go to the store with the rollers in your hair. It was great. So anyway, we'll go ahead and show you what else in the box. I'll just hold it up. So this is your steamer system, right? This is what came with this one. They're all pretty much identical. They might be shaped a little different, but you know, they're all the same. It's got the little steamer section and then the reservoir that holds your water. Sometimes you can put, like I've had them, the original Caruso ones really did need a little bit of salt in the water to really steam correctly. This one doesn't have ionic anything like one of my other ones has, which the ionic thing, it's kind of cool, but I can't see that it makes the curls last any longer, and it's noisy. It's like click, 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 click the whole time you're trying to get your hair up. So this one's fine. And this is pretty much what they are, okay? And I just use filtered water, and it works fine. And then this one actually came with some little argon vapor treatment, which I guess we'll go ahead and try. And here's the rollers that came with it. Let's see, how many? 14 jumbo ones, which is nice. They're all packaged nicely. Go ahead and rip it open here. So the thing with these, let's see, these aren't too bad. They're a little bit chintzy on the foam. Like, you know, it's okay if it doesn't go all the way to the edges, but this one you can feel is not quite the quality of this one. And I don't know if you can see, like there's the density on that one. These I've used a lot. And then there's the density on that one. And I don't know if you can really see, but it's different. So, and you can definitely feel the difference. So this one, these are okay, you know, for 16 bucks instead of 40, it's fine. And they're still better than those ones I had bought, just the rollers off of Amazon. So let me fill this with water and we'll go ahead and get rolling. Okay, so we got it filled to the water line. Oh no, see there's a little line, you just fill it to that. That's going to be way more than you need to roll your hair. So you just have to dump it when you're done. And let's see, we'll open this. How does this open? There, apparently not like that. Like that. So it just said a few drops. So put just a few drops in to our water. It's not coming out. All right, let's see. Must have one of those little deals on it. Because everything's got to be, yep, everything's got to be safety, right? So these are often exciting to get off. This one's not too bad. Although I'm sure it's been on there a long time, because I think that's a lot of the reason things are at Ross sometimes is they've been around a while. So Put a few drops, is all it said. A little squirt. And of course it says never to use anything else, blah, blah, blah. So, but that's a big bottle. And a few drops, that's gonna last like forever. So I'm just gonna set it over there for now. This one, this unit, some of them will have, like my Ionic one has an actual on-off button. This one does not. Just gonna plug it in and put it in the reservoir. And I didn't really stir that up. I'm just gonna have faith that it will distribute itself. Stick it in the reservoir there, and then we're just gonna have to plug it in. And you wanna set it somewhere that it'll set nicely and not wobble, because you're gonna be working with it a lot. So we plug that in, maybe. Yeah, that was the right way. All right, so it'll often take a little bit of time for it to actually start steaming. So we'll go ahead and comb a little bit. Not quite sure at this length what I'll really get with these rollers, but we'll go ahead and do it. If nothing else, you can just kind of see how these rollers work. I'll show you how it comes out, but it may not. I don't know. We'll see. Usually these are better the longer your hair is. The longer your hair gets, the better it turns out with these. You also have to, I gotta quit saying you also have to look at where you're placing the clips on these. So it's starting to steam. You can hear it anyway. Can't see any yet. You want to be able to see it before you really start working with it at all. And I just keep, this kind of shows how many of these rollers I have. This is full of Caruso style rollers of the larger sizes. I actually have another bag that has the smaller sizes that are for making like trundles or coils, and I never really use those. So I might try to use them sometime just to kind of show, because I do know how to do it. I just don't really like the result of what it does. And my hair will, if I use enough curling cream and stuff, my hair will basically do that by itself. All right, now, I don't know if you can see, yeah. So there's our steam. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna take one of our rollers and set it on there and grab one of our clips. Okay, and I like to start at the crown. This is just how I do it. Doesn't mean it's the right way. It's just what works for me. And you can ask some of my friends, shout out to Perry Ann and her mom, that I really like curling my hair, rolling my hair. So see, it condenses down quite a bit when you go to roll it. So go ahead, and this one, because the steam just started, it's not really very damp, I guess you'd say. So what I like to do is, this has a little, I can't show you and hold the roller, but you just take and put the clip on there for a little while and get some steam in it. You don't want too much in it. Let me set a clip there so you can see what I'm talking about. This one, all of them have. That looks nice, right? All of them have the little feet for the clip to rest against, so it holds it there. And you only want to leave a clip on maybe 2-3 seconds tops, or it'll get really, really damp inside. Let's try to, there, so I can, so I can use this to actually do my hair. Let's straighten it a little more. Okay. Haven't really gotten around to learning how to edit very much yet, so this is what we do. And then I just use my fingers to get the next one. And I don't know how even I can do this using the phone as a mirror, but we're gonna try. Get some more of that. You can use a comb and everything and make it all perfect, but I pretty much just use my hands. All right. I'm gonna comb it. You always want to comb it first. Anytime you're rolling your hair with any kind of roller, you want to make sure it's smooth. Now this one's a lot damper and it's hotter. So we're not going to do the clip with this one. I'm going to pull it a little so you get those ends smooth, because that's the hardest part. We're just going to put the dry clip on there. Now see, this one back here, we might end up with a little crease. I hope not, but these clips will cause creases. So you want the roller to be kind of forward on your parting so that the clip will fall ahead of where the hair actually starts going up the roller. So now we're going to do another one. I like to set them on there, and I'm going to go ahead and use the comb here because we want to pick up a little bit more. And this one, see, now the steam's coming out well enough that we can go ahead and probably not steam the clips. That. Okay. And then I like to go ahead and get half and kind of go back to where that back, the top back roller is, and then split that in half. The more you roll, the more hair you put on these rollers, you may not get, oh, I didn't put my roller on first. You may not get quite the curl you're looking for if you try to really put a lot of hair on there. Also, then it's going to make you more prone to having those creases at the start of your hair by the scalp. And then because of the way my hair is cut, it works best for me if I just kind of go all the way up, give it a little pull so you get the ends so they're not bunched up. Again, I think this is probably, we want that to fall forward of where the hair starts to come away from the scalp there. So set your roller on there. And this is really a pretty fast process. We'll go ahead and alternate sides with these. Because once you get it off that steam dock, you want to get your hair rolled up on it pretty quick because they're not real, you don't want them very wet or they'll never get dry. So again, because of the way my hair is cut, I'm going basically straight up. And use your finger to get those ends smooth. Give it a little tug. Okay. Because really they're just kind of barely damp. And they're not super hot. So it's kind of pretty much a heat-friendly hair rolling system. They're certainly nowhere near as hot as hot rollers. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go back, I think, with all of it, and we'll see what happens. So, another thing about rolling your hair is you can really see how even your hair is as far as each, I'm gonna go ahead and steam that clip just for a second. As far as each section of your hair, as you comb it up, you should be able to kind of see. Now this is the one that's really get on there, and hopefully that won't make a crease. We'll see. I have some much bigger ones too. Like these are they call these ones I'm using jumbo, but those are jumbo to me, and these are just large. So, but again, the bigger the roller you use, and these do condense down, the foam is soft, and it just goes down to wherever the inner part, the inner hard piece of that roller is. You pull it back a little so you get your ends smooth inside. And this one, see, it's going to be hard to not have a crease, but if we do, we'll just blow dry it out. So there are those. One thing I like about these is once you have them on, they're really not going anywhere. They tend to stay right where you put them. So this one, these are a little trickier. We'll go ahead and roll it down. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Get our clip. Okay. So each of these, bring it forward so we hopefully won't have that crease. And this one's going to end up kind of downward. Pull it up a little so hopefully it won't make a crease. There. And now the other one. There's all kinds of patterns you can use to roll your hair. I think it's just a very individual thing. However your hair wants to lay, however you like to roll it. Whatever is comfortable for you is what you need to be doing, you know? So again, getting that those ends smoothed out with our thumb or our finger, whatever's working there. Steam that for just a second. Even 1 second will put a little bit more steam. I'm probably not going to use, I don't know. We'll try. We might try to do the bangs. We'll see. And then I want to go ahead and just kind of separate that out. I always feel like I had this little piece right here at the back of my head. So get that. It's kind of an adventure using the phone instead of the mirror. So again, that one's not very smooth. Let's put that back on. The only thing about these is if you steam it twice, it's going to be a lot damper than what you're really looking for with this, especially if you take these back ones, whatever rollers you're taking out first, you know, they really need to sit the longest, the last ones to go in. So we certainly won't steam the clip for that one. Put your roller on, get you another section. Let's see, let's go down like that again so we can see where we're at. So you get over too far, you're going to have a lot of uneven sections up for your rollers, and you don't want that. You want it to all kind of be pretty geometrical and even. Again, the way my hair is, the way I cut my hair, I have to kind of hold it up as I roll, and that gets all the little ends to be even. Okay, we'll steam that one just a little. All right, so you're just putting a roller on there, getting the piece of hair ready, and rolling it. So it's really pretty fast process with these. The other thing that's nice about them, well, that one's not really steamed at all. We'll grab our clip. The other thing that's nice about them is they aren't so hot to touch. The hot rollers get so hot that you almost burn your fingers trying to get them in there. By the time you're done, if you have left the set on, which they all vary too, if you leave the set on while you're trying to get your hair rolled, sometimes by the end, and this does have a little gel in it from yesterday, so I didn't use any kind of styling stuff. We're just rejuvenating that gel that's already there. So sometimes those hot rollers though, if you've left them on so they stay hot while you're rolling your hair, I gotta dig for a clip. Sometimes they are almost too hot to touch by the time you're to this point, or even sooner. So, getting another roller, put it on our steamer. To do these sides first before I do the final one. So you can see this is really fast. Okay, and it's not quite as satisfying in the winter as hot rollers because, like I said, they don't get very hot. But I'll show you another way to set it faster. I don't know that I'll do the whole thing that way, but I'll show you something that I have done that does work. Okay, we're on our last roller to see how quickly they go up in this. Last one. My hair is just long enough for all of it to want to go in these well. Okay. Even the little under layers will now make it onto the roller. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug that. I guess I'll put one in here. Let's see. Let's use a big one. Okay, we'll try it. We'll see if it'll stay on there. Because this is really just the most under part of my bangs. Because remember, when you cut them, you're holding them straight down. So what happens is the underneath layer of your bangs comes out pretty short, which is kind of what you want. You want it to want to go under. So here's that. And this will at least show you, see how far down that compresses? Okay. So I don't know how well that will do. What I'll probably end up doing with that is fixing it with the hairdryer. But there's that, so you can see. And also see how that's prone to make a crease there. So we'll go ahead and unplug that because you don't have to turn it off. You just unplug it. Oops. A few things fell off the shelf. My shelf that has too much stuff on it. All right, so if you're in a hurry, one of the things you can do, see there's our curls, our rollers. All right, I think maybe you saw that. You can do this. If you don't have like a hood to connect to your dryer, which I'll show you that too, but you can just take this and put it on low but hot. All right, and you can just hold it to each roller and kind of heat that up. But you want it on low, otherwise you're gonna kind of make your hair want to come out of those rollers, okay? So I'll go ahead and heat it up. I don't think I'm gonna like how the bangs feel, but that's okay. So you get the idea on that. You're just gonna heat them up a little more, because by the time you get the back rolled, these are cold almost. Okay, let me turn the camera off and I'll go get this dryer hood that I have so you can see that. All right, this actually came, excuse me, this actually came with the curl formers. I don't think it came with it though. I think I bought it separate. And if I remember right, it was only $10 or $15, maybe 20, but I don't think so. I got it from Sally, where I bought way too many curl formers and then figured out that, wow, these are really uncomfortable, because it was saying you could sleep in them, and I would never be able to. Okay, so see, this just unfolds. It's all completely just fabric and a little slinky thing inside, right? So what you can do with this, if you choose, and you want to really set what you've got, and this works with Velcro rollers also, of course, which we'll probably do a video on those a different day, because those are actually my favorite rollers. There's no heat, unless you do this, you know. They're just, I just love them. And if your hair's long enough and stuff, and you do want to do the little necktie, you'll see why. Now this is lovely. I think I should go to the store. It's great. Why ever take the hair curlers out, right? Just wear this. Okay, so just pretty much any, get my elephant tail here, bring that around. Okay, so pretty much any hair dryer this is going to fit on, because it's just got a little elasticy part at the end. And then you put it on your hair dryer. Get it on the end here. Just pulling it over the end. It doesn't have to be perfect, just get it on there. See, so makes a little muzzle for your hair dryer. All right, and this is loose, and that's okay, because watch this. Hold it, see how it all starts to fill. The only thing I don't like about this, of course, see, look at that. I could go be a British castle guard. It'd be great. I just need like some red tassels or something. But this will dry, excuse me, this will dry these really quickly. Also, this thing, you know, it's full of holes inside. So, and I like that it pooches up like a British guard, because it's not smushing your hair. And we need to turn it down to low on the, or medium on the temperature, because it gets hot quick. So that is really a more efficient way than just using the blow dryer itself to really heat these up and speed up the setting of them. So we're going to turn that off. And that's all the longer I do that. I mean, if you wanted to get these completely dry, you could sit there a little longer. But, and also you could, well, actually, let's do that. You can leave this on, and it kind of holds that hot air in there and lets it continue to set those. So I'll leave this on until it doesn't feel hot. And I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we'll see what we get here in a little bit. I like to let them just cool off naturally. So I'll be back. All right, these are pretty much cooled off. We're gonna go ahead and check this one because I don't usually like how the bangs one turns out. And I don't. They're still almost, they're cool and almost sort of damp, but I'm gonna fix this. So if you are worried that it's going to be, see, I don't know about that argan stuff. I think it might be almost too much for my hair. But see, it just doesn't, we'll have to fix that more. Let's take one down and see what we've got, if it's done. We're pretty much done. We'll go ahead and toss it in there. And I leave the clips off so that any dampness left in that sponge can get out. This is my sweatshirt I bought for $1 when my son was 2 at a rummage sale, and it is, he's 22, so fancy clothes. All right, here we go. So see, it's making a nice curl, but you can see where this would be better the longer the hair is. So it does make it pretty nice and smooth. It's almost comparable to the Velcro rollers. Just gently taking them out. You don't ever want to pull, because then you're just going to pull the curl you just made out. And unfortunately, I don't really know of any better way than to do it in the reverse of how I put them up. Excuse me there. See, that one made a crease, so we may fix that. I don't feel like I like the top hanging over. Like if I started with the first ones I rolled, the whole top would be hanging over what I'm trying to take off. So there's that. You can see this one got kind of crooked. Excuse me. So we'll see. And then one of the ways to do it is just start off, try this first, and see where it gets you, what you do with it. If you then, because if you brush it, once you brush it, you're having a whole different thing going on. And if you want the curly kind of look there, then you've got to keep it and not brush it. Just run your fingers through it till you get it where you want it. So that would be about where we're at. And see that crease? You can't really see it. So that would be what we end up with if we just finger comb it, which your curls are going to last a lot longer if you do that. Try to get it. So because I put it all pretty much backwards, that's kind of what we're getting there, okay? You could also, like when your hair's longer, you can do more with it. You can let them hang down. So hopefully you can see the back. Let me see the back. I'll look in the mirror. So somewhat even, but let's brush it. Because we're just kind of showing everything here. So let's go ahead and brush the top. So this is really doing like a Farrah Fawcett thing, but that's okay. It's just to show how the rollers work. So upside down, and just I'm trying to be gentle with it so I don't completely pull the curl out. And again, these are something that they calm down a lot in an hour or so. So just freshly unrolled, you're going to have a lot more volume than you will in an hour or two. So I don't really like how the back did, but my hair is in a weird growing out phase, so it just is what it is. But there, so if you're going to Halloween and you want your hair to totally look like Charlie's Angels or something, or 70s, I guess, there it is, right? Maybe this will come back. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, so it kind of made everything a little uneven looking up here, but it's all right. So that's what you get with those. Let's look at the back now that we brushed it. Let me see. Okay, that looks a little better in a way in back to me. See if you can see it. Maybe. Yeah. But you could work with that and do quite a bit with it. One of the things, if you want to do an updo, this turns out pretty good to do an updo with, especially when your hair is about at least 4 or 5 inches longer. So that's it for how you use the Caruso rollers. And I mean, they do give a nice curl. It is a pretty long lasting curl, but all this volume will settle down pretty soon unless you sprayed it. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that and have a great day. Thank you.